Hello, welcome back to All Scale Rides. Today's something very different. We haven't really seen this before, but that's my son's RZR170. Need to upgrade the jets on it. I don't know which ones they are, both of them. So we're going to give that a shot. Going to show you how all that goes. Let's get going. Alright, before we get going, this is a 2014 RZR170. What we've done to it so far. We've done a 2-inch lift, which includes front shocks from a Yamaha something or another, I forget. The big wheel and tire upgrade. I've added doors for a little extra protection. And skid plates along the whole bottom. This canvas roof, I think it comes with this, I'm not really sure. Nothing in the interior. Did add a vent racing intake, which is the reason we're doing the jetting. And in the back we've added one more cooling filter there, and then we've upgraded this from a 170 to a 180. So what we're going to be doing is, that's the carb in there. I'm just going to be changing the main and the other jet, whatever both of them are. The vent intake comes with jets, and I never put them in. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. It was running really good for a while. It's bogging down a little bit, not terrible, but we're going to go ahead and change those jets. The only other thing I've done is I made a little rack right here, keep it cooler so we can keep waters and stuff while we're riding, and that just chills there. But Riker just rode around the yard for a few minutes, so the exhaust is hot. So while that's cooling off, I'm going to try and get this rear panel off. A couple of bolts here and a couple of clips, no big deal, and let this puppy cool off, get that off so we can get into it. And a Phillips screwdriver. Phillips screw. Alright, that's a couple of 10mm bolts, 2, 4, 6, 2 clips, and then 2 screws that come in from underneath. Now we have a little bit more space to work. Alright, now the rear cover's off. Of course, this is just cosmetic. Gotta get... Oh boy, we got any light here? No, let's get a light. So, now I need to remove, let's see, this guy, or at least loosen it, and the one over there. This one's a little bit bigger, sorry about that, because of the vent racing intake right there. So just need to loosen those and then rotate the carb 90 degrees so that it kind of faces forward so we can get to the bottom of the bowl. Okay, one thing I forgot to mention was on the carb, I don't think it's going to focus on it, but down below here is a drain screw. You need to empty all of the fuel just by loosening that screw, which is a flathead. Empty all the fuel out of the bowl before you actually rotate it. Makes it a lot easier. So, where is it? There we go. There's the carb. It's down low, flathead screwdriver, easy peasy. Alright, a couple things I just found. This little air vent just pops right off, makes it a little easier to get your hands in there. And then this actual drain tube for the bottom of the carb, there's a clip on the back side of the engine closer to the cabin, so I just had to find a way. As I was rotating, it was stressing, so just had to undo that. So put that up top and save it for later. Now we have to undo let's see. Now we have to undo 3 screws. Bottom right corner, middle left, and upper right corner, and that'll get the bottom of the bowl off so we can get to the jets. Alright, just got the 3 screws off. I'm going to pull the cover, and this white cap just fell because I've already done this once, just to make sure I was doing it right. So this little white cap needs to come off, then we can get to the jets. Alright, so these jets I bought from Jets R Us, and as you can see, I bought them a while ago. 3 years ago, and I haven't even put them in yet. But we are putting in the slow jet size 40 and the main jet 135s. And then I bought a couple extra just just in case. So that's what we're putting in. It's a real simple affair. You just need a little bit smaller tip screwdriver, and then this is what they look like. I don't know which is which. One of these is the slow and these small guys, and one of these is the main. Real easy to do though. Again, these are brass, so they're somewhat delicate. You can't go in there with an impact gun. That's why I like the little bit smaller screwdriver, just to gently hand tighten them. Easy. Alright, so these are the jets. One down here, it's a little bit lower. Again, I have the smaller flathead screwdriver, and just need to slowly back that guy out. I'm going to do them one at a time. Just, they're different sizes and everything, but nonetheless, just to make it easier. That's how you get that guy out. Okay, that's called the slow jet. The slow jet, as you can see, is not in the center of the carb. It's actually off to the side. Right down in there. The center is the main jet that sits a little bit lower. Sorry, just moved the table into the shade of the garage. So these taller ones are the slow bearings, and the sizes are kind of imprinted into the edges. These smaller guys here are the main bearings. I know that the 140 is the OE size because I have two of those. I have a 145 that I bought, and the 135 is missing, so I know that's the one that I put in the razor. Again, I only bought 40 and 42s. OE size is OE because that's the one that we pulled out, and the 40 is what we put in there. So again, it seems like Vent Racing recommends a 40 slow bearing and a 135 main. I don't know enough about carb tuning to know what one does versus the other, but that's what they recommended, so we'll start with that. If we have issues, we'll give them a call, and my understanding is they're real good about helping out, so no problems there. So that's what we have. Now it's time to put this puppy back together. Alright, so now I'm putting everything back together. Again, got to make sure this little cap is on there centered. There is a split line up near the top. I don't know if you can see that, but that fits in that area right there, so it kind of dictates where that guy goes. I've seen a bunch of pictures of these online. Some of them are slightly different, so yours may be 5% or whatever, a little bit different, but this needs to be in its right spot, because in the bottom of the bottom cover inside there is that drain tube, so the bowl doesn't get too full, overflow. So that barb needs to fit directly into that little opening, which, if everything's lined up right, should go in there just like that. If you have a magnetic tipped screwdriver, that makes this job here a lot easier, because there's really only room for one hand in here, or arm. So magnetic tip, as you'll see right here, like that, makes things a little bit easier. I'm just going to get these slightly snug to get them started, just to make sure that seal, the rubber gasket seal around the area is good. It's not going to rip. Reuse it, no big deal. But just get that kind of slightly snug and then work my way around. Get it a little bit tighter. That's it. Now let's get to the clamps. Alright, right here, got the drain hose. Just press that back on. I'm going to kind of feed it to the back a little bit as I rotate. I can always fish it out from the other side later, no biggie. There it is. Let me get this clamp tightened. And don't forget to tighten the drain. I've done that. A few times. Alright, you can see that little puddle right down there. Don't forget to tighten the set screw on the bowl right there before you try and start it, because it just leaks fuel. So let's try this again. I knew it was going to take a second because there was no fuel in the bowl, but I could smell gas, so I knew something was wrong. So don't forget to tighten that screw like I did. Alright, I'm going to go for a little rip around the yard. Let's see how she does. Lynn dog, what are you barking at? Lynn, what's wrong? Somebody's up the driveway. Alright, overall that wasn't too bad. It only took about 20-25 minutes total of actual work time, not including filming. Small flathead screwdriver, regular size flathead screwdriver, Phillips head screwdriver, and maybe a couple of sockets. I need 10s to get the fairing off, the rear cover, and some 8s for a couple of the clamps, but that's because I have an upgraded intake. So not too bad. The jets are like, I don't know, 7, 8, 10 bucks a piece, not too bad. I'm going to play with it a little bit. You heard it as I drove by. Sounded pretty good. Definitely a lot smoother than the old jets. Maybe I need to go up one more size. When my son rides, it stalls out occasionally on him, so we're trying to limit that to either not stalling out at all or just a lot less. So we'll keep plugging along. Anyway, appreciate you guys watching. Please like and subscribe. All Scale Rides, we appreciate it. We do a lot with everything from Hot Wheels, four-wheelers and razors, all the way to full-size cars. Can't see it, but I got my 72 240Z off to that side, and my 91 wide-body Miata over there that both needs a little bit of love and some stuff done to them. So stay tuned for that. Again, thanks for watching. Happy hunting. ASR. Come on, shake. Good boy. Say hi. Daisy. Daisy, come here. Good girl. Daisy, you sit. Flynn, are you jealous when I play with Daisy?